Hi, you're back with 1700. We're joined in the studio now with Aman, who is the artist behind AMVN. How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. That was a great performance live in the
thank
studio you just
Appreciate it.
brought to us. Yeah, so you're joining us here in the studio now a few days after you just launched that single. It's called Mama Don't Worry, and you launched it on the 12th at the TOF in town. And it was an event where all the proceeds went to the White Ribbon Foundation. How did it feel releasing such a beautiful track to the world and for such an important cause?
I guess, you know, growing up and like facing the abuse, you know, and seeing my mother, what she had to go through, I guess I was just super passionate, and finally like I got that confidence as an artist to really bring everything together, and it was an amazing feeling. I guess the process, like from recording the track, producing the track with my homie from Jacoby, Jerome, and then recording it, organizing the music video, and then from the music video organizing the event and reaching out to all the support acts. Some of the support acts were in the soul choir that I put together on the song.
Which was beautiful.
Yeah, so so and then I just came to the consensus, like it's important that us as artists, we have that voice. And I just wanted to, you know, put my foot down and say, you know what, it's important that whatever that I do, if it's going to be the next big event that I'm ever going to do as my release, it's going to be something that I stand for really quite closely, because White Ribbon had my back, had my mother's back, you know, and had our back when we were younger. So it's really good. And so, yeah, it was amazing performing, and so much amazing support, you know, and yeah, it was such a, it's like the first time I've ever like performed like properly. It was just weird, but like I did it, and a lot of people had my back, and it was a lot of friends came down, and yeah, it was an amazing experience. Like I wish I could go back in time and experience that again. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that. Supporting a super important cause. It must have felt amazing to release such a well-produced, sort of complete work of art, the song and the music video as well. Released it on Mother's Day and dedicated it to your mother. Did she like the track?
Yeah, well, it's funny because I'll give you a bit of background. My mom didn't know that she was going to star in the music video. So what I did was I got her tickets, an Airbnb, like a nice place in the video you saw, and in Brunswick, which kind of depicted the house of our upbringing, which was pretty cool. And then, yeah, so I put her in that house, you know, took her around Melbourne. Anyways, so me and the soul choir were like, so I planned to surprise my mom in the video. All right, so yeah, so it was pretty exciting. So what happened was, like in the video, so I'd knock on my mom's door. That was actually her real reaction, because she didn't realize that, because she lives in Perth, she didn't realize that, you know, I organized all this for her. So I guess it was just and being it before Mother's Day, we shot it 2 weeks before Mother's Day, and and it was being able to like launch it on that event on the 12th, and then actually release the music video properly the following day. It was just, I just wanted to show the world, you know. And yeah, it was just amazing to seeing my mom's expression, you know. It's like, this is beautiful, and to capture that on camera, you know.
Yeah, it makes it
that can show my young kids.
Yeah.
Yo, I surprised my mom.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Completely genuine. Yeah. That's amazing.
But you've just released your new video, which is very exciting. It's obviously a very long process in creating a video. How did you go about creating that, and how long did it take?
Yeah, so it was so the filming was 2-day process.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, so shout out to RMR Productions and FO Productions. They really got it in the bag, you know, with that short turnaround. And also like all the soul singers, you know. So I guess like everyone putting in that work, and within 2 days coming in with such an amazing looking production, it was just, I'm so gobsmacked and overwhelmed by like the amount of support and the help and soul they put into this, because it wouldn't happen without them.
Yeah, indeed.
Great. So in these past few years, originally you're from Perth, you moved to Melbourne, and then you did a lot of work up in the Northern Territory with different Indigenous communities up there, and you've done quite a lot of work with artists including Adrian Eagle and Baker Boy. What was the biggest thing you learnt from these experiences, and what were those experiences like? Two big questions.
That's massive.
Yeah.
I guess, like...
Well, yeah, maybe just elaborate on what that work was like for you.
So it was the most amazing experience, like traveling to Indigenous communities and working with such a beautiful culture, you know, because like being around that environment, it was just, you can really see like how much the land and how much the culture means to them. And that was inspiring, you know, and how nothing else mattered in terms of material things. You know, what really mattered, what's in here, you know, and taking care of the land. And really brought an insight when I first started working. It was like, wow, like this is like real, you know, and learning about their culture and going to their sacred place. They would take me out to sacred places, you know, because I've traveled to all across Australia, from the Kimberleys, being in Broome, to Arnhem Land, where Baker Boy's from. You know, I had the blessing to meet his whole family, and they actually adopted me out there, you know, which was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They give you a skin name. And they gave me a nickname, which was Gupta.
Wow.
That's just really cool. So, but yeah, being around that and just really experiencing all that was just such an eye opener, especially when I first started off and going out there. I didn't realize, like, that is true Australia. You actually see what Australia is, and when they did take me out to those sacred sites and places that you didn't know, that there's big, beautiful waterfalls. And yeah. It was a good experience. Working with Adrian Eagle was pretty cool. When I came back into Melbourne, I told him, yo, man, I'm going to devote a year to you, bro. Let's make this happen. You know, so after 4 years of traveling to the communities. And then Baker Boy started writing and doing his music. And I was like, yo, Baker Boy, what's going on, man? And he was showing me his lyrics, like, low-key. I was like, and then eventually we recorded the first track, Cloud 9.
Wow. You did that with him. That was you.
So I mixed and mastered that.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we did spend a bit of time in the studio together. Baker Boy is a really lovely soul. He's a celebrity out there.
Yeah.
He's a true celebrity. Like, he performed at Garma Festival. I was at Garma with him in 2015, I think. And yeah, man, so it was such a beautiful experience. Like, I wish my brain wasn't working so slow because it's Ramadan at the moment. Yeah, so I can't really eat or drink, but I just have some water because it's after 5.
Yes.
Yeah, great. So you can
finally
lubricate that mouth for this interview. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, let's ask a few more questions before we wrap up, I reckon.
Yeah, indeed. I guess one of the biggest ones I want to ask is, how can people keep up to date with you and your music?
Yep. Good question. Yeah, so Instagram, a.m.v.n_, which is my Instagram. Facebook, I'm on AMVN.music. So it's pronounced Amon, but, you know, I put the V in there as an upside down A, but...
Nice.
That's
good marketing.
Yeah.
So, and SoundCloud, SoundCloud.com/AMVN music. So,
cool.
yeah, both platforms there.
Looking forward to seeing what you produce this year, because so far Mama Don't Worry is just your first and only public release. So it is such a slick track. It's just so complete and well done. So I'm really looking forward to see what happens this 2018. Is there anything you're looking forward to in particular?
Yeah, I guess like I'll give you like a little sneak of what I'm kind of doing. It's important that we promote positivity because mental health is on a rise at the moment, especially with youth. So my main aim is to make music that matters and to also inspire the youth while doing that, you know? And I feel like it's always good to understand your environment, and it's important that you actually stand for a cause in whatever you do. So next thing that's coming up, it's something special. That's all I gotta say.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome. Well, yeah, let's leave it at that. I can't wait to see what you make. Armand, thank you very much for joining us in this studio.